I'm Chief Judge Donna Stroud. I currently serve as Chief Judge of the North Carolina Court of Appeals. I've been on the Court of Appeals since I was first elected in 2006, then re-elected in 2014. So I'm running for re-election this year for my seat, which is seat number 9 on the North Carolina Court of Appeals. So judicial philosophy is always an interesting question and one that's, I guess, a lot in the news these days. The Court of Appeals is an intermediate appellate court, and it is an error-correcting court. And what that means is that the job of the Court of Appeals is to correct legal errors in rulings from trial courts or administrative agencies that are appealed to our court if that legal error has caused prejudice in the outcome of the case. And so in describing my judicial philosophy, I guess I would have to say I'm textualist. We look at the text, we look at the actual words of the statute and apply that as it is written. The legislature makes the laws. The court's job is to apply those laws to the cases that come before us. So in that sense, I think I would say that I'm textualist. My favorite thing about being a judge on the Court of Appeals is the opportunity that we get to review all of the cases and to help develop the law and hopefully to do some good to help the people in those cases to get to a final resolution, and also to help the law be more clear for the people who are going to look at that in the future, for all the attorneys and the people who are going to rely on that in the future. And each case is like a new story. Each one is, they're all interesting. Some people ask, like, what's your most important case? What's your most interesting case? That's really hard to say when you've looked at thousands of cases, because they are all, of course, the most important case to the people who are involved in that case. And we realize that because there are people behind every one of these cases. And every case is the most important case to the people in the case. And we take that very seriously. And they are, but they're just sort of endlessly fascinating to be able to go through the arguments that are presented and to go through the law in each case, no matter what type of case it is, whether it is an appeal of a small claim case or it is an appeal of a case that is involving millions of dollars. It doesn't really matter. They're all really interesting, and it's an honor to have for it to be my job, that I get to work on these cases. My favorite thing to do with my family is camping. My sons are now 26 and 30, so they're grown, but we all still enjoy camping, hiking, running. So I've actually been camping up in the Smoky Mountain National Park in Smokemont pretty much every year of my life since I was 3. So I have been back there obviously now for a very, very, very long time, and we tend to go back there every year, and it's neat that my sons also love it now. My son, actually, my oldest son, has taken some groups of his friends up there camping, and it's just a very relaxing place to go. Does barbecue count as a product? I do like barbecue very much. I like both Eastern and Western and any other variants. Of course, I came from Kinston, so I grew up on Eastern, but my husband's mother was from Lexington, so of course I also learned to love Lexington barbecue as well. And I like all of that. And actually, when I was in the early years of my law practice, when I was in Wendell, I was with the Chamber of Commerce at that time, and we used to sponsor a barbecue cook-off there in Wendell. And so I got to be the person who took the judges around to the various pigs to judge the barbecue, which is a really great job to have, because I think we had probably 30, 40 some entrants in our contest. And so I got to test all of the barbecue and go around with the judges to learn about the barbecue. So that was a good role to have. So this necklace is the Scales of Justice, and my father, who was in the National Guard for many years and who served in in Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, got this for me when he was in Saudi Arabia, serving over there. And he died in 2011, and so he was my best campaigner in 2006. So I've been wearing this during my campaign. So, he's still helping me in this campaign with my Scales of Justice.